Welcome everybody to a look at the first film in the Agatha Christie collection, 4K films, all from StudioCanal, or released by StudioCanal, should I say. And yeah, the first film is 1974's Murder on the Orient Express. So this is directed by Sidney Lumet, who also did 17 other films that I've seen. Easily one of my favourite directors out there, as he's done the likes of 12 Angry Men, Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, Failsafe, Prince of the City, The Hill, The Pawnbroker, and The Offence. Several of those comfortably getting 5 stars. So this is a mystery film clocking in at 128 minutes long. And yeah, because it's got a massive cast, I'm not going to go through all of the films from each individual cast. I'm just going to mention them. So, got the likes of Albert Finney, Lauren Bacall, Martin Balsam, Ingrid Bergman, Sean Connery, Anthony Perkins, Jean-Pierre Cassel, Vanessa Redgrave, Jacqueline Bisset, Richard Widmark, and Michael York. So, yeah, all-star cast there. And yeah, kind of set the trend for future murder mystery films that have an all-star cast. So, returning home from Istanbul on the Orient Express, renowned Belgian detective Hercule Poirot is called upon to solve the murder of an American businessman aboard the train. The suspects are numerous and the clues confusing. So, even though I am familiar with the basic plot of this, not only because I've seen this film before, but I've also seen numerous versions of this in terms of other films. You know, there was a newer one with Kenneth Branagh, and there's been TV versions of this as well. This nonetheless makes for a highly entertaining experience while being one of those films that you can just sink into and enjoy. This is thanks to the superb cast, which only the disaster genre films from around the time managed to match in terms of quality and quantity. It's got a great score, solid cinematography, pacing that perfectly matches the plot, a richly detailed script, fun character interactions, and it is overall engrossing. I also really like the fact that it seems to have a love affair with the train itself. Heavily reminded me of the scene where the Enterprise in the first Star Trek film is introduced, and there's just a long elongated scene where you're looking at it and there's got this wonderful score going over it, and that's the same thing with this. Really, you've got the train being loaded up and the doors closing, and then it moving on, and you see it rolling through the countryside and such. And yeah, it just seems to have a really love affair with the train, and all that is really well done. The production is also convincing, which when you consider it's only cost $1.4 million, which is not a lot for 1974 for a film that has this kind of cast, is yeah, really really well done. The plot is well constructed, and the manner of bringing all the suspects together at the end to reveal who is the killer is something that was replicated for decades later, making this highly influential. And yeah, that's the kind of staple of these kind of films, really. Outside of the, all-star cast, you also have the ending where everyone is brought together and Poirot or Miss Marple or whoever is going through the facts of the case, the clues, and yeah, eventually starts whittling down who is a killer and who isn't. So yeah, a really excellent effort, to be honest. It is probably one of the more mainstream efforts from Sidney Lumet. Was also a box office success. Cost 1.4 million to make, made around 37 million worldwide. So yeah, huge success, and yeah, definitely one of his more mainstream efforts, no doubt about that, especially in comparison to other 70s efforts from him. But still, he does a fantastic job within that kind of mainstream framework. And yeah, the 4K itself looks excellent. Like I said in my unboxing video, I'm not sure about any restoration work that has gone on with this, but it is the only one out of this release to have new audio. It's got a 5.1 DTS HD master audio. You can choose the original mono mix as well, but it's the only one that has that 5.1 option. We also have a new extra to this release. It's called Behind the Velvet Curtains. Jacqueline Bisset revisits the Orient Express. And then the rest of these, I imagine, were on a previous Blu-ray release. So, interview with Richard Goodwin, audio commentary with Howard S. Berger, Steve Mitchell, and Nathaniel Thompson, Agatha Christie, portrait, Making Murder on the Orient Express, Behind the Stills Gallery, and the original trailer. So, yeah, fantastic film, 4.5 out of 5, really. Not my absolute favourite film from Sidney Lumet. Like I said, it is a bit more conventional, a bit more mainstream, but he does a fantastic job. And obviously, it reunites him with Sean Connery, who they both also did The Offence and The Hill together with as well. So, yeah, really excellent effort, and one that I highly recommend. I know this is probably the favourite of most people when it comes to these films, and to be honest, it is for me as well. But I still think the other two that I have seen out of this box set, obviously I haven't seen The Mirror Cracked yet, are still worthy successors to this one. So yeah, but still looking forward to revisiting those on 4K as well, because I've not seen any of these on 4K before. So yeah, it should be fun to see them again. And yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen Murder on the Orient Express before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.